I need a minute. Just cue my intro. Gold and Blue Tube here with you. We're going to talk about the West Virginia-Kansas game. I did a pre-game on my phone before the game, and I already talked about how the officials needed to call the game right down the middle. And so we were already prepared that the officiating was going to be a little bit wanky in this game. The crazy thing is, in the first half, they actually called the game pretty good. So you got to think of it this way. Huggins goes into this game knowing that the officials are like this, because they're always like this in the Phog. It's just how it is. But the thing is, they actually called a pretty good game in the first half. And then in the second half, it's like they replaced the officials. So it kind of gave Huggins a sense of false security. So that kind of threw his game plan off. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at the statistics for the game. Final score was 60-53. West Virginia actually led at halftime. The end result, field goal percentage, West Virginia was 32.2%. That's horrific. Kansas was 40.4%. That's not great. 3-point for West Virginia, 21.4%. Kansas, 17.6%. Free throw percentage. Man, this was our worst game of the year so far. We only shot free throws 54.5%. Kansas, not much better, 63.3%. We did out-rebound Kansas. It was 44-30, so that was a massive, massive slide for us. So we dominated the boards, and we only had 2 more turnovers than Kansas. We had 16 turnovers. They only had 14. And you look at the fouls called, West Virginia had 18 and Kansas had 19, but they went to the line 8 more times than we did. We were 12 for 22, and Kansas was 19 for 30. And what was the final score? 60-53. That's a 7-point difference. The margin of victory was 7 points. Look, I'm not completely blaming this game on the refs, but the inconsistency has got to stop. This is ridiculous. I mean, honestly, if you're going to call a bad game, do it from the beginning. At least we'll be prepared instead of giving us a false sense of security through the first half and then completely switching. But, West Virginia does have to shoot the ball better than that. That's 32.2. That's not going to win any ball game, really. We went 9 minutes without scoring. I thought this was our best shot at beating Kansas at Kansas. I guess from here on out, we're just going to have to look at it as the game, at the Phog is just a loss. I mean, we've had several chances to beat them. I think we had the better team this time, but once again, strange things happen. We go on huge droughts. The officiating is crazy. The game turns out to be a head-scratcher. I predicted West Virginia to win this game. I think the score I predicted was like 72-65. We didn't even hit 60, not even close. We scored 53 points, so that's got to get better. I will say Shibwe had an amazing game. He had a double-double, so props to him. We, on offensive boards, and this is a big stat, we slaughtered them on the offensive boards, 21-9. So we had plenty of second chance opportunities. Couldn't cash in. I do wish Huggins played more zone in the second half, even if it's high man, low zone, meaning playing man with your guards and zone down low, because Kansas got way too many easy buckets down low. But, all in all, it's a loss. Very disappointed. The NCAA is going to come down on Bill Self, so, Kansas better take these wins while you can. And got to figure out this officiating thing, though, because this is getting a bit ridiculous. I know it's a crazy excuse. Everybody blames the refs, but it's just horrific. Even Huggins called them 3 blind mice, which is pretty funny. You got to admit. But just consistency. If you're going to call it bad from the beginning. Don't give the team a false sense of security in the first half and then switch it up. Anyways, that's all I got for the Kansas-West Virginia game. Moving on to the West Virginia-Oklahoma State game. West Virginia only gets 1 day in between. Same with Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State coming off a terrible game against Texas Tech. They got beat by 35 points. I looked at common opponents. We both played Wichita State. We beat Wichita State. Oklahoma State got destroyed. They got beat by Minnesota, who beat Ohio State, who we beat. So I don't know how much that counts. But Oklahoma State not looking very good at all. On the season's stats, West Virginia's averaging 73.2 points per game, which all these stats for West Virginia went down because of the Kansas game. Oklahoma State's points per game is 71.8. Field goal percentage, 42.9% for West Virginia. Oklahoma State, 43. Three-point percentage, 31% for West Virginia. Oklahoma State, 32%. Free throw percentage went down for West Virginia by 2% because of the Kansas game, down to 65%. Oklahoma State at 75%. West Virginia rebounds 42.2 per game. They're consistent on the rebounds. I'll give them that. And then Oklahoma State 38.3. Turnovers per game. West Virginia stays at 14.4, and Oklahoma State only averages 13.5. Oklahoma State's just not a very good team. I expect West Virginia to go into Oklahoma State and win by at least 10 points. Hopefully this loss to Kansas lights a fire under their rear end again. We saw what happened the last time they lost to St. John's. Came out, performed well. So I expect the same thing. I don't think officiating is going to be a huge deal in this. It just seems to be very bad at the Phog a lot. Don't want to talk about that anymore, but Oklahoma State, usually a pretty good team in the Big 12, but I think this year they're going to end up in the bottom half of the Big 12. Now, last year West Virginia was pretty bad, and we got some wins at home that we should not have gotten. So, got to make sure we get up for this game, prepare, work on our free throws, keep the turnovers down. I noticed Oklahoma State is a very bad rebounding team, and all their losses they got obliterated on the board. So, that's a huge advantage for West Virginia. We have to figure out this free throw thing because it looks like it's getting worse. So getting to the line is important, but also making those free throws are important too. I think West Virginia is going to win this by 10 points. I'm going to say 70-60, something like that. If we lose this ball game, then there's going to be a lot of head scratching going on. I don't expect that to happen. I expect West Virginia to take care of business. So that's all I got for you today. I had to rant about the Kansas game. It was ridiculous. But I think West Virginia rebounds and gets a much-needed win. And before this 5-game stretch, before the Nichols game, I said if we could get through this stretch 3-2, we'd be perfect. If we win tomorrow night, we will have gotten through the stretch 4-1. So that's even better. We're still on the right track. We're still going to make the tournament. And we got to clean up the free throws if we want to be a Final Four team. But all in all, I think we're on the right track. That's all I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I was kind of a Debbie Downer, kind of ranting a lot, but it happens. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you on my next video.